Hi, Charlene. So I'm recording me interviewing you because you don't want to be on video, and I quite understand that.
That's fine, yes.
Great. And so I'm making this recording because I just took you through the PainFree Method, the first step of the 3-step of the PainFree Method, and I want to make a recording about what was it like for you and your experience of it. So when just before we started, how were you feeling? What was going on with you?
I had a really bad headache,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just getting worse.
Okay. And where?
It was my eyes, the back of my eyes, and around my halo, my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that headache, and it was progressively getting worse.
Okay. And how, progressively, last half an hour, last day?
I had it all day.
All day?
All day.
So from when you woke up all day, then?
Yeah, from 10 o'clock.
From about 10 o'clock this morning. So you woke up, and then you got the headache today.
Yes.
And then we did the PainFree Method about 2 or 3 hours ago or something like that. About 3 hours ago.
3 hours ago.
And it's the evening now, so in the early evening.
Whatever you did, the first session I had before I saw my client, it had eased a bit.
Okay.
But you told me what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I was onto my lab, my client was for an hour and a half. That was long.
Yeah.
So when I did my second client,
And you were talking about you give treatments, you give massage.
And it was massage. And this was a big guy, and I didn't want to do him. So I asked the receptionist if she could find someone else.
Because your headache was...
Because my headache it had gone, but it was still there.
Yeah, so you didn't want to do that treatment.
So I didn't want to do the treatment. If he was a skinny little guy, I wouldn't mind, but he was a big guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, you Althea gave me a little talking before I went in to see the guy.
Yeah.
And whatever it is you said, once I got in there, I started to practice.
Perfect.
I can't
The
remember.
PainFree Method, yes.
PainFree Method.
Yeah.
And sort of halfway through the treatment, my headache went.
Ta-da!
And I'm sitting here about an hour, 20 minutes later, and I have no headache. I'm feeling much better.
Fabulous. And it's now 8:30 nearly, and that was about 3 or 4 hours ago. We did that 3 hours ago, was it? We did the PainFree Method.
We did the first year. Yeah,
about 3 hours ago, about 5ish or something.
And I have no headache.
You had it since 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
So tell me about these headaches. You mentioned about it's not just today. Can you give me a bit of background about your
7
headaches?
7 days in a week, I would have a headache for 5 days.
So normally you have a headache 5 days out of 7. Every week.
Most weeks.
Most weeks. And it would be similar. Would it be like
it would be similar.
come along in the morning?
This headache I had before it started getting worse. I call it a mild one, so I ignore it. But progressively, during the day, sometimes it does get worse. Sometimes it goes. But today was one of those days. We were busy, and I knew it was going to get worse.
So normally this would have got worse.
It would have gotten worse.
Would have.
It
Wonderful.
would have, but it hasn't. And all I feel now is I want to go home and sleep because the headache's gone.
Yeah.
So the pain in the back of my eyes are not there anymore.
So describe it. So you normally have pain. You mentioned around the eyes, back of the eyes.
Yes, back of the eyes, and like on top of my crown.
And top of the crown.
Yeah.
And then, and how long have you normally been having? How long have you been having these headaches? These kind of headaches for?
6 or 7 years.
Right.
But
6 or 7 years.
I did have, as I mentioned, I did have brain tumor, and I had the operation twice because the tumor grew back.
Yes.
And
so brain tumor, and you said twice, was one in 84?
One in
operation?
84 and then one in 95, so 11 years, give or take 11 years.
And one in 95. And then you mentioned a bash on the head when you were a little girl or something.
Oh, I got knocked over by a car.
Oh, right, okay. That was
I was probably 10.
10, okay. So may I ask, can you just say to let people know how old are you now? Just the pattern of what's been happening with your head.
This year,
how old are you now?
In 2020, I am going to be 65.
Ooh, wow. You don't look it. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I feel it today though.
Beautiful. No.
But Althea, thank you so much.
Oh,
it
it's okay.
does work. I'm going to start practicing it.
Wonderful.
And it really does. It
So,
did help.
so that headache today would normally, you know that headache would typically get
I'd
worse.
go home with it.
You'd go home. You wouldn't have done
Yeah.
that client.
No.
So you would have
No,
lost
no,
money.
I'd have had to do the client.
You
'Cause
would have
there
done
was
it
no-
normally.
Yeah, I would have done the client reluctantly,
Okay.
but I would go home with a headache.
Okay. I guided you through and I talked you through how to do it.
Yeah.
And what did you think before you
believe
started?
you.
Yeah, you didn't believe me. Most people say that, which is, thank you for saying that. I appreciate you saying that, because most people, I think, probably think the same, I'm sure. So you didn't believe me. You didn't you? Did you? What did you think I was going to
Didn't
do?
you? I thought it was some hocus pocus nonsense.
And that's okay. It's cool. And you've known me for many, many years.
Long time.
We've worked as a therapist together for many years, long time. Well, it must be over 20 years,
Yeah,
or
it's about 20 years.
could it be that long?
Because I
It's
used
20
to work
years.
1 day a week. Anyway, no, it
So-
does work. I am feeling much better. I'm going to go home and have a nice meal.
Yes.
And
Woohoo.
send you lots of love and thanks and
Oh, you're
from
welcome.
me.
So just to give people idea that they might won't believe me either. So so you didn't think it was hocus pocus,
Yeah.
and the method took how long to take you through
The
it?
method took minutes, really.
Minutes.
Yeah. I mean, the first part, you said there's more.
Yes,
But minutes.
minutes. And
But
how?
you have to trust Althea and do what she says.
That's it. Do what I
works.
say. And how long did it take before you felt an effects? Okay.
In about
Just finishing.
5 to 10 minutes. Maybe.
5 to 10
Yeah,
minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charlene. Thank
Okay,
you so much for
Althea.
sharing.
Thank you.